It was, on the one hand, it was pretty shocking, but on the other hand, there had been reports that there were some logistical problems with this festival for weeks now. So it's not out of thin air. Given the name brand and given the artist booked and the initial excitement around it, it is pretty surprising that this has happened. But it's still a little bit cloudy what exactly has happened, and that's what we're trying to figure out. But as a statement put it, this was they couldn't get it off the ground in time, and unfortunately now you have this really exciting anniversary festival that doesn't look like it's coming together. And what's interesting is that what we're seeing now is a time of contraction for major music festivals, where you had Coachella and Bonnaroo and Lollapalooza kind of leading the way into this boom of U.S. music festivals. And now what we've seen over the past few years are festivals that are consistently dropping off the map because it's almost like an oversaturation, where you have something like Panorama in New York that's not coming back. You have FYF Fest got canceled. The Meadows got canceled, and it's been tough to kind of attract those audiences year after year, especially as so many of the lineups tend to look so similar. So what we've seen is some of the survivors kind of distinguish themselves, like a Coachella, like a Lollapalooza, or become a little bit smaller and more niche. So Woodstock 50 tried to launch at a time of contraction where there are fewer festivals being put on, and unfortunately suffered because of the climate it was trying to launch in. Yeah, what I heard when the lineup got announced was confusion, in the sense that you would have these big acts. It was kind of an intermingling of contemporary acts that would be returning to Woodstock after 50 years, but also new acts. But there was never really any kind of through line through the audience, because you have Jay-Z and the Killers, you have Dead and Company, you have some older acts, you have some younger acts, but there was never anything that really brought people together. It just kind of seemed like any other music festival in 2019, except for a few older acts. So it either needed to lean more into modern music or lean more into older music, kind of heritage rock. And because it tried to straddle the line, I just think it was a little bit confusing for audiences. I'm not sure what the price point was for Woodstock. It's obviously going to be a couple $100s, especially because it's a one-time only event, or it was going to be a one-time only event for the 50th anniversary. It's not a yearly festival, so they tried to make it as special as possible. But again, I think just because of that confusion and some of the logistical problems, they couldn't get it off the ground. Obviously, there had been some problems. I just think it's a disappointment because no matter what kind of problems they had behind the scenes, no matter how confusing parts of the lineup were, it still was an exciting prospect to have a festival commemorating the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. So, if it is not coming around this summer, it's a bummer. And hopefully they figure something out for 55 or 60, somewhere down the line to kind of get this right.